Hello, I'm Danny De Heck. Thank you for tuning in to What De Heck podcast. I have got an interesting blog that I'm reviewing today and I'm going to share it with you. It's actually a blog I've published, but something that's been happening to my business for the last 2 or 3 weeks, and I'd love to share it with you. So I'm just going to flip into a browser mode. If you're not familiar with myself, I build workshops that help you survive and thrive in business and in life. So check out my website, danny.co.nz or deheck.com. It will go to the same place. Today I published a blog. I have 5, with my partner, 5 drop shipping websites. And recently a scam's been going around the internet that has affected my business, good and bad. And I wanted to share it with you. Now you may have seen this on the internet, but Dyson have this fantastic vacuum cleaner that they've posted about 1,000 vacuum cleaners up for sale for $3. Does that sound too good to be true? I think it does. And that's where my blog starts off with, if it sounds too good to be true, it often is. So if you haven't been keeping up with current events, as I said, I do a little bit of drop shipping, and one of my websites is called NZ Electronics. So recently, some people have started up a Facebook page called Electronics NZ. Oh, sounds the same, but it's not. It's completely different. And they're offering an unbelievable offer, and I bet you know what that already is already. So they're targeting New Zealanders, and on this Facebook page, you can enter a competition. And the competition is basically you can go in and win a free Dyson V11 vacuum cleaner. And when you play the competition, everybody wins. Yeah, you can't lose. So it does kind of remind me of Oprah Winfrey. You get a new vacuum cleaner and you get a new vacuum cleaner and everybody gets a new vacuum cleaner sort of deal, which is quite cool. So this is what the Facebook post that I initially saw read. It said, Dyson is selling the rest of Dyson Cyclone's V11s for $3. Dyson vacuum cleaner for $3. Hurry and get yours just by filling out a form. And it's distributed by Dyson. It's got their wee trademark symbol. So if you were initially looking at that advert, what would ring alarm bells for me? First of all, I am dyslexic and I struggle with my words in written and also when I'm reading, which you'll find as I read my blog, I'm suffering right now. But anyway, my partner said, oh, it's very pidgin English. If it was professional and targeted to New Zealanders, you would expect they'd have their grammar correct and it wouldn't sound like pidgin English. The other thing they like doing is that if you went to the official Facebook page for Dyson, there's actually no posts about these Dyson Cyclone V11 vacuum cleaners coming to end of line. The reason why they're flogging the name Dyson is simply to build up that relationship in your head. Authenticity is what they're trying to do. However, what it should be doing is sending off alarm bells in your brain that this is a scam, because if it sounds too good to be true, it often is. Right. So when you looked at the post that we saw, and I'm actually going to see if I can flip back to it. Oh, I've still got it open. What a coincidence. So when you look at the post, you can see a sign, you can see the actual product right in front of you, and it's really exciting. And down the bottom here, you can see that there's been 3,700 comments, and it's been shared 226 times. Even James Daniels has shared this post. And I think Peter Bullard, which is another friend of mine, has also shared it. Now, I'm just going to do something I didn't do, is when you click on Apply Now, notice it takes you off to another website that has no association. Now, this means that this website's probably got an affiliate system, and every time someone sends traffic to it, the scammers will get some money. And that's why they do that, because that link has no association with anything to do with blogs. I'm just going to turn my notifications off. Let's go to notifications and we're going to go into recording mode. So theoretically I should get no more phone. All right, so if I go down there, what we were doing, my colleagues were actually posting negative comments basically saying it was a scam. you can actually go in there and read the comments, and you can see photos of people who actually have received their vacuum cleaner who are so grateful. They are actually in on the scam as well. If I was a scammer, I would probably get 10 or 15 fake Facebook accounts. I would create a scam like this, and then I would go in there and post a few positive comments. If you follow the usernames of the people that are posting, you'll find they go back to fake Facebook accounts. So users be aware. Now, some other logical things I would be looking at before I gave away any of my details is, why would a company be called Electronics NZ and only have Dyson products listed on their Facebook page? This whole Facebook page has been set up to help you convince that that reputable brand Dyson is legit. But Dyson wouldn't let someone do this. They've also got 4,600 people following this, and they've even come up with a location, which I think they've updated since I've been looking at this, to where they actually belong in Auckland, to just help you even build. Yeah, they've even updated the map address. Oh, no, they haven't. I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It's not relevant. Let's carry on with the blog. So, okay, so we've got 3,700 comments. These are not genuine people. They're all fake accounts. If you look at the images and you see pictures of someone holding up their new Dyson Cyclone V11 vacuum cleaner, what you can do is save those images to your desktop, upload those images to Google Images, and you'll see those images have been used by a lot of different people in different posts. It's got no association with the people. No one is receiving vacuum cleaners. This is a scam. All right, got that? Good. Right. So NZ, yeah, as I said, they've probably got quite a few admins on their Facebook page cleaning up all the comments, and all the comments that my friends have been posting have been removed. So this is where you need to pay attention. How does it work? How does the scam working? Because when you click on the link that said you had to play a game, and everybody wins. Everybody wins. And I didn't win the first time, so they said you can have another go. It was best out of 3. And the second time I won, and then it took me off to a screen where I'm going to give all my personal details out, my name, my address, whatever they ask me. And then at the very end, once they've built up a little bit of more credibility with me, I've also ticked that button where I agree to their terms and conditions. And of course, you've built up enough confidence by now that you've given them your credit card details as well. Good on you, mate, as they say. All right, so what you've actually done, you've given them, you've actually done is you allowed them to charge your credit card at leisure, and you've agreed to their terms and conditions. And you will now be, over the next weeks, months, subscribed to dating sites, maybe even a few casinos where they can buy some chips and use your precious credit card to purchase those. This may not happen immediately, so my recommendation is go ring your bank now, tell them you've been silly on the internet, you didn't read the terms and conditions, and you thought you was getting a vacuum cleaner. That's going to be embarrassing, isn't it? And then cancel that credit card. And not to freak you out, they also have your home address. So I saw an order from a friend's website today for $4,000, and I saw this guy had his phone number, his address, his name, and somebody had tried using a fake credit card to purchase $4,000 worth of products. And we rang up that guy, and that guy he reckoned he had no understanding of that order. Now, that particular guy could have been someone who gave all their personal details away to a scam like this, and then they use other people's credit card details, but they use his details to get $4,000 worth of products. Now, what happens is these companies will be sent the goods. They will get a tracking number. They will have a like-minded email address, probably dannydeheck2@gmail.com, for example, and they will intercept the tracking. And when the tracking gets into New Zealand, they will redirect those items to a house or a holding place where those goods are held. I personally, with my electronic shop about 8 years ago, had somebody do that. I finished up going around to the address where the goods were, and I found a disabled lady or special needs lady, and she had a house full of stuff. And I got my $500 speakers back. And that's how they sort of work. But they use your details to give shop owners like me authenticity that it's coming from a legit person. We tracked the IP address of that particular person, and they were way up north in Whangarei or something like that, and that IP address actually also come from Whangarei. So they're very technical, and that's how these scams work. So the next question I want to ask or answer is, why does Facebook allow scams like this to be on their platform? Good question, and often asked. Now, a whole team of my colleagues had been reporting that page to Facebook, and it took about 3 days to get that Facebook page removed. We got an email saying that this company was not actually breaking any terms and conditions of Facebook, and they could continue to market their vacuum cleaners. Even though it was all over the news, a simple search, Facebook could see they're doing something dubious, but they still let them continue. But it did get removed. 7 days later, my phone started ringing in the morning, and I knew that that scam was back online. And sure enough, that Facebook page was back online, the same address, the same page. It just had a 7-day hold on it, and Facebook, and it's still alive today. And if you go to my blog, you can follow the link through. So I'm assuming, because of the amount of traffic I got to my website, that Facebook are getting a lot of advertising dollars from that company. And they've got a formula where this actually works really, really well. So what about NZ Electronics, my electronic company? Well, would you believe I did actually get a lot of phone calls, emails, and texts from people wanting to know more about our V11 vacuum cleaners. And the reason why is when you search for NZ Electronics or Electronics NZ, we come up number 1 in the search engines. I'm really good at that. You need a hand, you give me a call. That'd be awesome. And the other thing was quite interesting, if you're interested on how these scams work. I did have another one a few months ago called the backpack scam, and have a search on that one. That particular article gave me a lot of traffic. So what I noticed is, with my electronics shop, we receive 200 to 300 additional organic searches per day just from Google for people who are searching for it. So I'm guessing that they are paying for 300,000 or 400,000 visitors to go to their Facebook page, and people are going to Google to see if it's legit. And they're bouncing onto our website, and that's where we're getting the 200 or 300 visitors extra a day. Anyway, that's not while I posted this blog. I notice the media have also got in trying to warn the masses, but the honest truth of it is we all like traffic, and the media like publishing things that's going to give them traffic. So they may be out there trying to warn you about this Facebook Dyson vacuum cleaner scam, but when you go and land on their page and click on their advertising, they get the advertising dollars no matter what they're writing about. So they're after the traffic as well. So why are people fooled so easily? And do I feel sorry for these people who think they genuinely have been scammed? With my hand on my heart, I don't actually really feel sorry for them. I think if you're not savvy enough to be on a computer, you shouldn't have access to one. I believe people should I believe they should have a license before they start searching the internet and giving out their credit card details. It just causes a lot of time for myself and my company, my staff, people, my support staff. We just waste so much time explaining things to people, hence why I've published this blog. These are some of the messages that an IT company like my own actually gets from people. Hello, where can I buy the Dyson V11 for $3 you are advertising? I'm not advertising it. Number 2, I entered on Facebook for a Dyson Cyclone V11 for $3.49. They paid a little bit more than the other people. I got a text message, and the text message actually was a website address to an affiliate URL, which is now offline. So that's where they're getting their money from. So the text was asking them for delivery information. That was probably something else they bought. If someone had given their details, like this lady had, how do I go about undoing all the mess so that the monthly charges don't happen? The email says it can't be undone because of the terms and conditions. So they've obviously been signed up for things, and they're wondering how to stop it. You need to stop your credit card. That's the only way. All right, and now here's a long one. Hi, you did a promotion on Facebook for a Dyson stick vacuum cleaner for $3. I filled out the form, and I gave my debit number, and you deducted the money. Of course I did. I didn't. Could you please let me know why there has been another deduction for $59 2 days later? I'd love to let you know why, but I didn't agree to the terms and conditions. I didn't even know they existed. And then the last one, hi, I just bought a Dyson cordless vacuum cleaner from Electronics NZ. It might be a scam because you are NZ Electronics, but I'll ask anyway. Oh dear, so how do you find out whether this stuff is legit or not? You need to do some searching, you need to do some researching. Ask one of your intelligent friends. Look at the website address at the top of the screen when you're on the page. Does it look like a legitimate company? Can you navigate back to the homepage? That's normally a good telltale sign. And if you're really smart, you can actually look up who owns the domain name. If you go to firstdomains.co.nz, you can put in a website address and do a click on the who is, and it will tell you who it's registered to. Now, it doesn't work all the time because some of these companies actually hack into people's websites and use their websites for scams. But it is a quick telltale sign of just finding out whether it's authentic or not. Okay, never assume. Do due diligence. Call the company. However, these fake companies don't make it easy to contact you. That's also another telltale sign. They won't have their contact details easily found on their website. Email them. See if their email bounces. Ring them up like you're ringing me. Put me out of my misery, someone. All right, and also another thing I do is I haven't got on my blog that I'm reading, but there is a archive.org. Often I put the website address into that and it will go do an archive of that website's history. Do your own, it's quite interesting. Okay, do a search on the internet, look for like-minded companies. Oh, that's right, don't do a search on the internet and look for like-minded companies. Doesn't mean Electronics NZ and NZ Electronics are the same company. Don't assume. So one of the main reasons I actually put together this blog and doing this podcast is when people are contacting me, I've actually stopped answering my phone. I can send them a link to this blog and educate people, and that will help. So I'm trying not to be unsensitive here, but really it does tarnish my company, and it probably tarnishes companies like Dyson as well. You think about it, their good name has been thrown through the mud, and also NZ Electronics is now associated with a fake company using a similar name. There's no association with us whatsoever, but they are trying to scam people. So the association of scams and electronics, it's not good for anyone's company. Sorry about that microphone. So if you are going to ring us up and ask us for help, be nice to my support staff, be nice to me. It is your mistake, so I'm asking you to own up to it. Sorry. We've been trying to help a lot of people, but to be frank, it isn't really our problem, and it does cost us a lot of money emailing and fighting these spammers all day long, and that's part of our job these days. It's war out there, kids. And I'm sorry you didn't get your vacuum cleaner. You can borrow mine if you really have to. Anyway, last time I looked at the scam, I did realise that Dyson headquarters weren't based in New Zealand, and it would be unlikely that they would give them away at a ridiculous price. And why would Dyson let some company set up a random Facebook page called Electronics NZ? You'd think they would do it all under their own umbrella if they were doing such a thing. So I think the whole vacuum cleaner thing the whole vacuum cleaner thing just sucks, doesn't it? Get that? All right. So in conclusion, if you're looking at some scam and you're in doubt, then leave it out. If it sounds too good to be true, then it probably is not true. So I hope you've enjoyed my rant, and do check out danny.co.nz. Please, if you are listening to my podcast on any platform, because I broadcast on about 15 to 20 different podcast things, I really appreciate a review. And if you did find this quite comical and you enjoyed my video, hey, I'd love your feedback. That's all I ask. Hope you're having a fantastic day. I'm Danny the Heck, and you've been listening to What the Heck Podcast.